Our new trading week is here. U.S. stocks, they're moving all over the place, and after last week's wild ride, investors right now are trying their best to search for what direction the market will move in, because last week, despite a rough start, the markets closed out the week with solid gains. So much so that once again, the S&P 500 reached record highs, courtesy of Friday's jobs report, which showed that the U.S. economy added 943,000 jobs in July. Economists expected the economy to have added only 845,000 jobs. In addition, and adding to positive sentiment, the U.S. unemployment rate dropped to 5.4%, below the estimate of 5.7%. Now, such a read sent stocks rising, with all three major indices closing higher for the session and for the week as well. But now it's time to look ahead. What direction are the markets going to go in? Let's take a look now to see what will likely move the markets in the week ahead. Now, we kick off the session on Monday in China. Yes, in China, with its July Consumer Price Index, expectations call for a read of 0.8%. At the same time, we will see the release of German trade balance figures. Moving all focus now to Tuesday, we remain in Germany as Germany sees the release of the ZEW sentiment or economic sentiment read due out at the same time. Most focus will be right here in the United States with the release of second quarter preliminary non-farm productivity. Expectations call for a read of 3.6%. And Wednesday, that sees focus on consumer prices with that figure due out of Germany, Italy, and right here in the United States. Speaking of which, U.S. consumer prices excluding food and energy, that's expected to come in at 4.3%. Now, Thursday, that kicks off in the United Kingdom with that nation's industrial as well as manufacturing production reads, but at the same time, the UK focus will be on preliminary second quarter GDP, which is expected at 4.8% quarter over quarter. That will then be followed by weekly jobless claims numbers out of the United States and European industrial production figures, which is expected at 0% month over month for June. This all while Friday, that ends on a bit of a quiet note with August preliminary consumer sentiment due out. Expectations call for a read of 81.3. Meanwhile, keep an eye on more headlines regarding U.S. politics, which could move the markets in either direction, as well as earnings season. With that stated, until next time, I'm James Sweeney reporting for ICN.